everybody singing and wave your hands with me. Come on. Here we come, here we are. Now clap your hands with me.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sandbox game. I have a super amazing stream for you guys. I am your host PandaPops, and today I am joined by the amazing people behind the Builders Challenge from the content team, as well as the fantastic people from Fraud Prevention. I am being joined by PJ, Gonzalo, Santi, Matthew, Nicola, and Ignacio. And I'm hoping I'm on the right screen now. I am not. There we go. Take it away, guys.
Hey everyone, I guess I'll start. So first, thank you to the community for contributing and really make the Builders Challenge thriving, alive, fun, giving us your feedback, giving us your update, and participating every week with us. We built the Builder Challenge to empower creator in building the metaverse. We had 3 main call to actions, as you know: publish, engage, and earn. And we think that you all built some amazing, innovative experience. You really engage your audience, and hopefully you earned good rewards in sand from our engagement pool. As a recap, as you know, the engagement pool rewarded the community with up to 1 million sand. And on top of it, we had a special bonus of 500,000 that was given away to the top 10 creators. We have seen a lot of positive feedback. We've heard some negative feedback that we're trying to implement. And we want to come back and do more Builder Challenge. And in a way, that's why we're here today. So once again, thanks for being a part of it. I'll have a few other slides about where we're at as the Sandbox, but obviously the day is about what we call Builder Challenge 2. Next slide is about how much we keep valuing the map and how important it is for us. Today, we have over 1,000 experience on the map. One of the reasons why we want to continue thriving with initiatives like the Builder Challenge is to keep populating the map and to make the map something where players can not only find games, but music, activities, museum, virtual stories. So please publish on your map, keep thriving, keep testing. Even if an experience is not perfect, it's worth bringing it out there, getting feedback, talking to your community, and then improve from it. Next, we are going to show you a quick video about our Game Maker 0.10.
I think that's it. That's enough for now. So overall, we're very excited to see what the community will be creating using these new features. We're very happy to show to the community the new spawn points and raycasting features, as well as the advanced maps and new HUD with key inputs for the rule system. We think this will bring in a new era of creativity for our creators, and we really can't wait to see what you're going to be coming up with for Builders Challenge number 2. I want to take some time to also give the hand to Matt, who's going to come back to Builders Challenge number 1 and some of the key data that we had.
Thank you. Just before jumping into the numbers, I just want to reinforce the fact that the sandbox is a canvas for creativity, and it's through your contributions, the creators, that we are building this exciting and open world together. So the goal of the first Builders Challenge was to unite our efforts to speed up our creation pace and boost players' engagements. And we are thrilled to report that over the 10 weeks period, the number of experiences created has doubled. During this time, we witnesses over 100,000 visits on your experience and games. So I think we can give you a round of applause. So congratulations to everyone involved. And thank you for your dedication and creativity. I'll leave it to PJ, your Builders Challenge Master. We'll deep dive into the first ever Builders Challenge results, learning, and unveil the Builders Challenge #2 plans.
Thank you, Matt. So looking back on Builders Challenge #1, we were very happy to see how many people participated. It really was an awesome ride. With over 400 creators and over 600 experiences across all the map, you generated over 100,000 visits. It was really great to see what our community was capable of, what they brought to the game. It was really an awesome view. The top 10 creators really outdid themselves. They earned a little over 1.1 million sand and really earned their place amongst the top builders. I actually wanted to present what some of the top creators have done to earn that spot. So the best creators really wowed us with their engagement strategies. We saw creators collaborating with one another. We saw creators creating events all together to put all their experiences in one bucket. We saw them creating quest systems by using tools such as Zeely, which really was great to engage players on a daily basis. And a vast majority of all the top earners really went out there to reward their community, whether with NFT or with sand, by using what I would like to call leaderboards, actually, to reward their community. We were really blown away with what they could do. We got a lot of love from the community around, well, how much the Builders Challenge meant to that. A lot of participants were very vocal on socials regarding how much they appreciated the challenge and the rewards that they got. It really warmed my heart to see all of this. I know our community was very active and determined, but I really didn't expect to see that much love. So for me personally, I wanted to thank you. It makes working at the Sandbox actually even more meaningful. So our anti-fraud team that is with us today also did an amazing job to detect cheaters and to keep the challenge fair with a combination of quite complex similarity patterns and anomaly detection models. They uncovered a little over 2,000 suspicious players. And by taking those players' activities out of the challenge, we reduced the overall play time by about 20%. And this actually allowed us to take a little over 75,000 sand back to the prize pool. So thanks you guys for your hard work. I know you're going to keep improving the model and setting even new things up for Builders Challenge #2. So moving forward, I wanted to thank you for all the members of the community that took the time to answer the survey that we put out so that we can learn more about the challenges and difficulties that you guys faced. We're really keen on improving the Builders Challenge overall. So for Builders Challenge #2, we will be able to share the ranking on the TSB forum on a weekly basis so that you will have that information and you'll be able to see all of your experiences, number of visits, and average session length. We're also improving our anti-cheat system and now have a way to manage AFK players, which is great news, and we're so happy about that. And you'll see this in the upcoming slide, but we've made some changes in the model so that the top 500 experiences will get a minimum of 150 sand about every 2 weeks on average. So moving forward, because we all know that the challenge is about engagement. We've talked to the top creators, and we've also talked with our marketing team, and we've came up with a couple of tips for you guys for the upcoming challenge. So really the first thing, the most important thing, is to remember that you are your number one ambassador. Lots of the time, game studios take get game ambassadors to actually be there and be vocal on social to talk about their games. But for smaller creators, it's important to remember that you are first and foremost your number one ambassador. By that, you must also remember that it's important to post consistently on social media. This is really something that I can't say enough. It's really important if you want to attract players. We've seen this. We have the numbers. The creators that post the most are the ones that get the highest engagement levels. So go out there, post on a daily basis, plan your marketing strategies. What we can also see that it's really important for creators to understand their target audience. Parkour players and resource management players are not the same, and understanding what they love, especially what they love about your game, is really important, because this is how you'll be able to update your game and bring in new features that they'll love. It's also a great way for you to understand how you should voice yourself on socials, because different voices will have different impacts on creators. Remember that your experience page is like the window to your game. It's most of the time the first thing that players will see. So crafting a beautiful experience page with lots of beautiful screenshots is really important. One of the key things also is to listen to community feedback. If you have feedback from players, really take them into account. It's really important to see how you create your game as an iterative cycle. So listen to that feedback, improve on your game, and keep the cycle going. This is also a great way to actually keep your creators engaged, because if they see that you listen to their feedback, they'll come back more and more. One of the key things that we've seen top creators do really well is actually host events, whether in their games or actually on social media or for Twitch, and to do contests. This really helps engage your community and keep things active. One of the most lovely things I've seen throughout the challenge is actually creators collaborating with one another. For example, inviting one on a stream or doing podcasts together. That's really a good way to actually interact, learn from one another, and also get to know each other's communities. And I think the last thing that you should focus on is also spending time on crafting your first-time user experience. You only have one chance to make a good first impression, so make that count. So without further ado, I now want to introduce you to Build with Challenge number 2. Now that you know how to be at best, we're glad to announce that Build with Challenge is going to be coming back this June. And we can't wait to see all the new experiences and new mechanics that you guys will come up with. So on this topic, we're keeping the same core principles as we had for Build with Challenge number 1, but we're adding a bit of a twist. Top experiences will still be the ones that have the best engagement KPIs. So go out there, publish your experience, be active on socials, and earn your rewards. That's the best way to be one of the top contestants in the Builders Challenge. Right, so here you'll find all the information you need to know about Builders Challenge number 2. So you have all the key information here. So who can participate in the challenge? Now in here, it'll be all creators with an experience on Game Maker 0.10. I'll add some of the details about the eligibility rules a bit later. You'll see that in some further slides. I want to be, because this was a point of confusion during the last Builders Challenge, I want to be precise here. All creators are welcome to participate in the challenge. Only Sandbox employees that actively work on the Builder stand, such as myself, are not eligible for rewards. That way, that's clear. Put this in your agenda because June 24th, in 2 weeks, this is when we'll be starting Builder Challenge number 2. It'll last for 10 weeks up to August 26th. So regarding how we're going to be distributing rewards this time, we're keeping the same principle. We're keeping the same engagement data. So experiences will be ranked according to their player engagement level, which is still your average session length multiplied by the number of visits that you had. And rewards will now be distributed according to your rank. Each rank will have a fixed level of rewards. We're going to show the distribution table in a little bit. This time around, the 1.5 million stand will be available to everybody, and reward distribution will occur every 2 weeks. So that means that throughout the challenge, we will have 5 reward distributions. The big new thing that we're introducing here is what we're calling engagement boosters. So creators can earn a boost to their player engagement level and therefore to their rank, depending on certain circumstances. So if they bringing a new experience that wasn't in Builders Challenge number 1, or if they bring in an experience that is a multiplayer experience, they can get an engagement level boost. So, and also having an asset from one of our NFT collections, from one of our IP partners, such as Snoop Dogg or Steve Aoki, will allow you to earn an engagement boost. At the moment, we are still fine-tuning what those amounts will be. This is why they're blank. We're trying to find the right balance and to see what makes sense. A lot of the feedback that we're going to get from you guys after this AMA is going to influence what we do. So at the moment, on this topic, we really want to hear from you. We want to hear what's your vision. So we will be sending out a survey asking for your feedback next week. Right, moving forward. So here, you can see the distribution table that we have for Builder Challenge number 2. So your rank will still be determined by multiplying your average session length by the total number of visits of your experience, and this will only be we will only be taking into account visits from players that have accomplished at least one quest. So every 2 weeks, we're going to take a screenshot of what the engagement levels are, and out of that, we will determine the rank of everybody, and we will distribute the rewards according to the table that you have here. The ranks will reset after 2 weeks, so everybody will have a new chance to come in and maybe be amongst the top creators that week. We really wanted to set up this table to more evenly distribute the rewards across all of our creator community. As you can see here, for every 2 weeks, the top 500 experiences will all get a minimum of 150 Sand. So we'll be sharing this ranking every week. So if you haven't checked it out already, you can go on our Sandbox forum. You can go into the news section under contests and event. This is where you'll see the weekly rankings. So if you haven't checked it out, it's a great source of information. We're posting more and more key educational content there. So actually, if you want to learn how to use the Game Maker 0.10, it's a great source of information. Now, going back to the idea of engagement boosters, what we want to do is we want to be able to make those engagement boosters. We want to allow you to add them up. So if you have, let's say, if you have a new experience that uses some of the Snoop Dogg assets and that's in multiplayer, well, you can get all the boosters together. The idea here is for you to, but we're very interested in the community feedback on what those boosters amounts should be. So as I said, we'll be listening to your feedback on social and sending out a survey to see what amount makes sense and also if you overall like that idea. Right, I think this will be my last slide. Oop, here we go. So just to make sure everyone is aware on how they can make sure their experience is eligible for rewards. So your account must be KYC or must be ongoing the KYB process. Your experience must not be banned by our content moderation team. Your experience must be saved on Game Maker 0.10. And from your account, you must have opened the Game Maker on 7 different days. You must have a wallet set up, of course, if you want to get the rewards. And you must make sure that you have accepted the Sandbox's terms of use. Ooh, actually, that was my last slide. So get ready for the launch on the 24th of June. We can't wait to launch this new challenge with you guys and to see all the awesome new creations that you're going to be coming up with. You can expect the first distribution to come out in early July. That's it. Now, Panda, I'll leave things to you. I think it's time for some questions.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was absolutely amazing. So much information for everyone to absorb there. Definitely, people in the chat, put down your questions in the chat. We are still adding them, but we do have a lot of questions to go over right now. So let's jump right into it. So the first question was by Binkoverse Studio. In this edition, how do you intend to avoid delaying the reward dates like in the last edition?
Okay, I'll take that one. So in our first edition, the delayed reward distribution was due to us really taking the time to set up our anti-cheat model. It took longer than expected. We didn't expect that we had to spend that much time fine-tuning it, especially to avoid false positives. So at the moment, we have a pretty solid model set up, and we've automated a lot of the things that we've done, a lot of the processes. And at the moment, we're not really foreseeing any reason why we should be late with reward distribution. We're also going to be putting in more efforts on communicating on socials and via our forum, really in case we encounter any issues.
All right, that sounds good. So next question is by Sandguru24. In the last Builders Challenge, there was confusion over who was eligible, and I know you've literally just said that, but in terms of contractors, IPs, etc., do you plan on making this clear for everyone? I felt like what you said was clear, but just in case people missed it.
Yeah, so here we're opening up to all creators. Whether you're a contractor or a Sandbox employee, only Sandbox employees that actively work on the Builders Challenge will not be eligible.
I feel like that's very clear. Hopefully everybody understands that, which is good. Next, also by Sandguru 25. Oh, it's because I lowered the 24. Will the next one run similar to the first Builders Challenge?
So no, we made some key changes here. We're adding this new mechanic of playtime boosters so you can boost your engagement. And we've changed how rewards are determined. Now they're determined by your rank as by the table that I've previously shown.
So I know this appeared in the slides as well, but when will it start?
So it'll start in 2 weeks on June 24th.
As by the same person, Metafiora Studio says, what will the prize pool be for this one?
So the total prize pool for this one is 1.5 million sand.
And also by the same person, is it possible to receive an updated weekly ranking with the prizes awarded?
So what we want to do here is, we want to share that on a weekly basis on the Sandbox forum.
Yeah, and as PJ mentioned earlier, the forum has so much information, so definitely do make sure to go check that out. We also do have the central Git book as well that people could check out information there too, but definitely go head over to forum. So M. Curley asks, will there be a kicked for inactivity function for the next Builders Challenge? They think it's very important that games cannot farm play hours by encouraging players to just sit idle in
Yeah.
their games.
Yeah, that 100% makes sense. Yeah, our team has worked on an AFK management feature to actually be able to take care of that.
Amazing. Yeah, I've got to say, sometimes I went into games and people were just stood there. So yeah, making sure that we're rewarding those people that have active players seems very important to the community. So also by McCurley, they said, what further action can be taken to ensure cheating is eradicated or minimized?
So on this topic of cheaters, I know this has been something very important to everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to fill out the survey. This has come up as one of the main concerns. So at the moment, we've made a lot of improvements on how our data streams are handled, so we can have more information and actually be able to detect potentially more cheaters or different way of cheaters. We've made some significant improvements, and our anti-cheat team has actually upgraded their anomaly detection models and similarly pattern models in order to avoid this.
Very good. And also by McCurley got loads of questions in here. Will there be a cap on maximum percentage a single creator is able to earn from the total reward pool? The last Builders Challenge saw the top creator take 35% of the 1 million Sand prize pool, given over 500 experiences were published. This seems a little disproportionate amount for one creator to be earning.
Well, what we saw is that actually the top creators were actually very active on socials. They had a lot of great engagement strategies. They had a lot of great ways to reach players and get them. We didn't feel it made sense to cap what creators could earn. However, we were a bit concerned about making sure that everybody got a fair share according to their efforts. We think that at the moment, our new ranking system, or the new table that we've shared, will help creators earn more.
Yeah, for sure. I liked the table that you guys were showing earlier. Can't wait to see what the community thinks of that. So NFT Wujian says, most creators don't have a lot of money to get good results in the Builders Challenge. Managing money is very... Oh, okay. That's just updated on my side. Those questions will be answered at a later date. And I'm going to refresh the questions. So Sapperlight says, what incentives do you have for players or other creators to visit the experiences? And I feel like you shared a lot of that in the presentation. Sorry, my brain went blank.
No worries. Yeah, there's actually a lot of things that you can do in order to improve your engagement levels. I've shared some of those tips previously. Posting consistently on social media, understanding your target audience, actually having a good experience page, hosting events and contests are really good things to do. Collaborating with other creators is a great way to learn from them, but also learn from their community. So I would really go and do that. We've posted a couple of tips already on social media and have a couple of articles out there. We're also going to be coming up with some of the success stories of our top creators, so you can learn from them. They shared actually what they've done, their marketing strategies, so you can learn from them.
I really like how you mentioned the experience pages, because to me, when I'm looking through the experiences on the experience tab, if I see games that aren't using anything that looks like Sandbox, like if their banners just look like some AI generated art, I'm less tempted to go into it compared to a really, really nice banner that's showcasing what is in their experience. I'm more likely to visit it. So getting those experiences pages done right, that really showcases what is in your experience can definitely drive more players over to those experiences. By Tom Voxel, will we better stats about will they get better stats about their earnings this time around? For the last challenge, we received only one email about earned rewards for only one game, even though there were multiple games published. This caused problems when sharing rewards with their teams or players.
Yeah, I understand that was an issue. At the moment, we will be sharing the rankings along with the average session length and the total number of visits on the forum, so everyone will have access to their data. We will be sharing that on a weekly basis.
Amazing. Also by Tom Voxel, is there a plan to put date range selector on analytic pages?
So this is a feedback that we gave to our product team. It's currently in our product roadmap. I don't have a release date for it yet.
Also by Tom Voxel, is there a plan to give some catalyst to creators so they are able to mint rewards for their players?
At the moment, we're more than happy to share catalysts to our creators. I think if it's possible, can we share the form in the chat for catalyst requests? Our team will be more than happy to go over these requests.
I'm going to see if I've got it on me. I'll find that request form and I'll get that shared throughout all of our live streams on the next live stream. So King of Crypto also asks, will experiences live on the Sandbox map but hosted by the Sandbox, i.e. game jams, game jam winners, are those experiences eligible for rewards?
Yes. Short answer, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Is there a minimum session length now?
At the moment, no. This has been something that we explored with our anti-cheat team. We haven't set up any rules for this now because we haven't found a way to make that work for every experience.
Also by Marshall, do players have to KYC? If so, how do we check other players' accounts whether they are KYC'd or not?
At the moment, no. This is not a requirement for players to be KYC.
No. Yeah. So next question is, can you elaborate on the use assets? Does the number of them have an effect? These like if there's a museum experience out there that has tons of assets.
That's a very good question. At the moment, this is not something that we've defined. We are actually analyzing if that makes sense. The feedback survey that we will be sending out next week will help us determine if that makes sense.
Okay, I'm just looking at any of the questions from chat I may not have grabbed hold of yet. There's one here I want to just get added in. So Your Wolf asks, are you going to continue with the bonus for the top 10 studios at the end of the season?
At the moment, this is not in our plans. This is not something in our plans.
And just gonna add some of these questions.
No worries.
Actually, I'm going to read them off, and if they need to be answered at a different date, just let me know. So we have one question, which is, would like a bunch of players coming together to have a chat session or watching a movie or just chilling for a while, like a social hub, how would such activities be evaluated in terms of the Builder Challenge?
That's very good question. Honestly, this is not something that we want to restrict. At the moment, our position is that players coming into experience and having fun, even if it's just chilling and watching a movie, is still fun. I would count it as engagement, and I see no reason why we should separate it.
Yeah, I would see that as fine. I like this next question because I think I know what they're getting at.
Yeah, no, I do.
So, what if they decide to put branded assets underground? Would it still count? Basically, they're saying, "Hey, I want the booster. Can I just hide these assets because I don't actually want them in my game?"
I don't think I have a right answer for this. It's a very good question. I think we will, once we get the feedback from the community and we have fine-tuned everything, we will give details on whether or not that counts.
This is part of the visions, especially of the founding stage of the sandbox, of an open metaverse that thrives with many characters, worlds, and call it personalities, IP, and all that. So that's one of the reasons why we were mindful in talking about the booster. We're still addressing how to best do this, and your comment makes sense. Keep giving us some ideas, and we'll get back to you. But there will definitely be something tied to those assets in the final score.
I'm gonna go for like the last few questions right now that I'm seeing coming up. So we've got one which is I've lost it. It disappeared on me. So somebody's asked if their experience will compete directly versus an experience like Mockaverse cross sandbox activation. So how I'm not 100% sure what they're asking, so hopefully you do.
I think I have a rough understanding on this. So at the moment, we have launched a Mockaverse game jam, for example, and do plan to bring out all of the game jam winners and publish them on the sandbox. If there's an activation done around that, I think possibly, I wouldn't call it competing, but possibly it could happen at the same time at the Builders Challenge. Yes.
Okay. Okay, now that you've explained that as that answer, I kind of get what they were asking now, so thank you. Crafter asks, is there going to be better metrics for creators so they can identify what they are doing is working for marketing efforts?
So on this topic, as I've said, we're going to share the ranking of the experiences on a weekly basis on our forum. So this is the information that we will be able to give you on a weekly basis. We've had some pretty great feedback on how to improve the analytics page through our creator survey, launched after Build Challenge number 1. We know that being able to identify what are the key posts that you made on socials that had an effect on bringing more engagement is important. We've given that feedback to our product team so that they can make improvements on the analytics page. But at the moment, I would have to check with them on if they're coming out with a feature anytime soon to help with that.
All right. So somebody has asked, what counts as being AFK?
Okay. I don't have the exact number in mind.
We probably shouldn't share it as well.
Yeah, first of all. But I think it will be pretty obvious.
Yeah,
AFK.
Yeah, something could be reasonably counted as an AFK, and even I'm gonna just say if I'm in a game and all of a sudden I've got to go make dinner or something and I've left myself there,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad if I come back and it's like, oh, now I have to, start moving again. That's, it'll just pick up, oh, okay, this player isn't AFK anymore. So I wouldn't worry about it.
About this topic, I think that our anti-cheat team would like me to keep our secret sauce secret. for the Builder Challenge. So I won't be sharing anything, and I'll talk with them to see if
Wait, they
what
don't
we
want
can share.
us to tell everybody the secrets? I am shocked.
Yeah.
So if the rankings reset every 2 weeks, do they get rewards every 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yep.
You can expect after a 2-week period to receive your rewards 1 week after that.
There's a question here. I feel like it's less for the people in this chat, and it's by Tom Voxel, and I will get back to Tom Voxel again later, but they're asking about lands won in game jams be sent out before Builders Challenge 2 so that builders can publish on them. So I will talk to the people in charge of the game jam program managers of the game jams. It takes a little longer for those lands and catalysts to be sent. If you have filled out that publishing form, you should be. I can't give you a date on when they'll be sent, but I will double check with them and we'll get back to you on that, Tom Voxel. Oh, it's not for them. It's for a friend. I'll still get back to you and you can tell your friend. Is there one last so somebody is, I'm gonna rephrase how they're asking this question. Can we confirm that all of the people that were eligible for rewards in Builder Challenge 1 have received them?
So we sent out a couple of weeks ago a form to actually ask the community if they haven't received their rewards. We went through it and checked out who was eligible and who wasn't. So, and we sent it out. I think the reward distribution will be for the latecomers, one that were forgotten. It should be next week, around Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, yeah, so there you go. So that's when those missing rewards, if you were missing those rewards, they should be sent out then. But yeah, I think. Oh, so I get what Play Games is asking, I think, which is nobody would like to be banned because of lack of information unintentionally. I don't think anybody's getting banned from sitting AFK in an experience. I feel like maybe the anti-cheat team can let us know.
Oh.
No, nobody's getting banned for just being AFK.
No, we'll just, I think, ban the playtime accumulated by that player during that specific session from the moment they stop being active.
Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, so nobody's getting banned.
Oh.
Right. This is the last question. Just because Ahurax has said it twice now and I missed it. So if we have 3 boosters, do the experiences that have all 3, if the conditions apply, or just 1? And if it's an old experience edited, to have 1 or more boosters, does this apply?
We wanted to allow creators to accumulate multiple boosters if possible. So potentially you can get all 3 boosters if the conditions apply. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
And you can revamp experiences. I think if it's an old experience and you add one thing that makes it a booster, it's probably not in line. But if you make work, revamp, rethink of it, right? It happens often in, for example, the gaming industry. There's remake, there's rebirth, and all that. Like that is the kind of change and upgrade that we would expect in an experience that was already existing. I know it's a little bit, it's case by case, and sadly or fortunately, that's the nature of artistic things like experiences, interactive entertainment.
And this is really the final question because we can't keep these lovely people here all day. Which is the ranking by experience or studio creator?
By experience.
By experience. That's amazing. Right. Garnica, no to your question. There is not another stream later. I'm done for today. But this has been amazing. There's anybody who's tuned in at the start, this will be on YouTube, so you can go check it out there. The VOD is on Twitch for at least 3 weeks, I believe it is. So you can check out the VOD there. You can check it out on YouTube as well. So do go check those out. Loads of really good information. Before we leave, PJ, why don't you let the people know when Builders Challenge, the birth of Builders Returns, starts?
I love the name. We will be starting Builders Challenge number 2 on Monday, June 24th. That's it.
Amazing. Right. Thank you, absolutely everyone. Everyone say thank you to the amazing people that have been here for this presentation, the content team, the anti-cheat fraud protector, the anti-cheat team. So thank you everyone, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you, Panda. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Panda. Take care.